What is good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're here with the final, I think, back to school video before everybody actually goes back to school. Some people started this week. Some people are starting in the middle of August. I don't really know, where you live, when it's gonna be, but this is probably gonna be the last back to school video from me until maybe next year. Some of you guys might be excited that I'm doing that. Some of you guys might be sad, but I thought, I've did a good amount of videos and I just kind of wanted to end it off with something different. So this past week I found an Instagram account that showed kind of like rare and weird finds on Amazon, and it kind of sparked an idea in my head to go ahead and find some weird kind of streetwear, clothing, high fashion, all sorts of stuff for back to school that is under $50. That's like pretty unique. I ended up finding 6 items that all had Amazon Prime, so I was able to get them like really quick, and they're kind of weird, and some of these things I probably wouldn't wear and some of these things I might. Like, I don't know, there's just a weird mix of things, and a lot of the stuff relates to things that I've seen on celebrities recently, and that's why I thought it'd be cool to kind of do that, because it's cheaper stuff if you want to get that sort of look. Without further ado, let's go ahead and show you guys some of the weird and interesting things that I found on Amazon. First thing up is going to be this shirt right here that is a Skull Pile shirt. Now, if you've been following Supreme recently, you would have seen they did kind of a Skull Pile thing. Right now, the hoodie is going for $275 on StockX, which is actually a pretty large price. And I actually saw Travis Scott wearing this exact, I don't know if it's not this exact shirt, but the same shirt with the Skull Pile all over it performing. So I thought this would be really cool because it's cheaper. It was at $22, which isn't too bad. Now, I did also see the same shirt at Urban Outfitters. They had it there for about $34. So if you want to save like $12 off the top, it's essentially the same thing. It's a classic print. The fact that Supreme did it recently kind of hypes up the whole thing. I could see why those designs are coming out. It's kind of obvious. Urban Outfitters probably saw the Supreme drop and said, let's put out another iteration of this. As far as the origination, whatever it would be, of this design of a shirt, I actually saw somebody post on Reddit that their dad bought this Halloween shirt that is the exact same thing from Walmart years ago, like 15 years ago or something like that. So to me, this design's been around. So Supreme took it and used it on their designs, and for $275 for a hoodie, why not go ahead and just get this one if you don't really care to have Supreme behind it, because the quality of their shirts is pretty typical when it comes to shirts. So besides all that, we'll continue on. So I wanted to check in after actually going out and wearing this stuff to get all the clips that you have already seen, because I got to wear them in the apartment, but I didn't necessarily get to get a full feel with like what it looks like together with what I'm wearing. And these pants that I'm wearing actually went really good with everything, but this shirt in particular wasn't my favorite. But I mean, I like the fit of it, like overall, like the fit and everything. It's not too small, not too big in my opinion. The colors are very bright and it looks really good on video, but it's just not really particularly my taste when it comes to something I would honestly wear. I mean, actually, I'd probably put it together with something. I don't really mind. It's just, out of all of them, this is probably the one I would wear second to last, and you'll see why in the future. One of the cool things I found was this over-the-shoulder bag here. Now, in my essentials video, I showed something very similar to this. This is called the Hao Shui. Now, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm very sorry. When I looked it up, that was kind of the pronunciation I found. I also found somebody with the same name, Hao Shui, I believe. If it's wrong, I'm sorry again. They're a professional ping pong player, which is actually pretty cool, or table tennis player. So this is an over-shoulder bag, just like any of the ones that I've shown you before. Supreme bags. This was $11, and let me show you something very similar to this, why I kind of got the idea for this. Look at this right here. This is an off-white over-the-shoulder bag. This cost $800 retail. My roommate Alex got it for $488 on like a 30% off, 40% off sale on Essence. It is still very steep, and so when I showed him this, he said, honestly, for $11, I'd rather have this than this because of the price. But this was at a pretty good steal, and there was not many in stock. As you can see, very similar designings though. So what would you guys take? $13, $500. I guess it depends what's in your budget if you can afford something like that, but I just thought this is cool because it's not the craziest materials, but again, over-the-shoulder bags, if you're just needing something cool to kind of throw on, hold your keys, hold your phone. On the front of this, it says fashion. This is a full of youthful vitality, young fashion brand of bags. They also make a couple different like over-shoulder bags, but this is just one that when I looked up shoulder bags, it was kind of cool. It reminded me of something like an off-white bag, so I thought it was really cool. It's kind of cheap, but for $13, if it breaks, you can buy about 50 of them before you're in the price range of this or something like that. I don't know, my math may be off. So I have to ask the question if anybody here watches H3H3 Productions. The reason I asked that is because they just recently came out with a shirt through Ela Klein's line, Teddy Fresh, that was a Grateful Dead inspired shirt. Grateful Dead has been inspiring logos for shirts forever, and this is one that I don't know if you could consider this a ripoff, but it is the same branding as the bears of the Grateful Dead. And I think that this is a cool tie-dye, you know, summer type shirt going into fall. The colors just pop, and I've seen a lot of different people wearing similar tees to this, and now the H3H3 with the whole Teddy Fresh line. I thought it'd be cool to mention this. Now, I will say I'm not a Deadhead. I don't listen to Grateful Dead all the time. My uncle is a Deadhead. That's all he listens to. He lives on the islands, and he has tons of Grateful Dead shirts. Seen them live many a times. So this shirt is actually gonna be going to him, but I thought it was a really cool design. I just, you know, like, I like the tie-dye look. You think it throws together with some nice pants. It is very out there and very bright, but if you can kind of mix that together, and I think tie-dye shirts are kind of, you know, they've never gone out of style. I remember making tie-dye shirts when I was a kid, but I just thought this was cool, especially with, you know, Teddy Fresh coming out with their inspired shirts. Theirs are actually really sick. This is about $22, I believe. $20.15 to be corrected. Made by the same company that makes the other t-shirt that's over there, the, you know, the Skull Pile t-shirt. Just remind me of some stuff I've seen some other celebrities and different things wearing recently, and you know, you can get it for 20 bucks and 15 cents. So did anybody see ASAP Rocky releasing his Under Armour shoe that essentially looks like an Osiris big skate shoe? Something that is crazy. It's like taking dad shoe to the next level. It's bringing back the skate vibes from back in the day. When I used to skateboard, yes, I had a pair of shoes that were kind of thick like that. Nothing like the huge tongue Osiris, but I did have shoes like that. And this was like 10 years ago, but if you saw in that preview, he was wearing like a safety suit. And I thought, this is not something most people are gonna wanna wear. And it's just kind of weird because it's just something that you buy for safety. And that is a reflective long sleeve t-shirt, which was like $15. I think this is actually pretty similar to what he was wearing. And if you wanted to throw on something kind of that vibe, you could. This is so bright. It's literally just like this. It would blend into this. And it is reflective. So if you pull out this right here, you can see the reflection of that going on. It is literally to keep you safe if you're like out at night or if you're working construction. This is definitely not something I could see myself wearing, but I thought it'd be cool for the video to go ahead and show you guys that $15 if you want that kind of fashion piece statement. Maybe you can pull this off. I don't believe I could pull it off, but maybe one of you guys could. And if you can, tag me on Instagram and I will give you a shout out. Honestly, after wearing this, it is like neon bright, but for some reason, I like it. Like the fit of it is really nice. It is so comfortable. And then with this bag, tell me that that is not like the perfect combination. I was actually like excited to be in the shirt after I wore it. So that was kind of weird. The fifth out of the six kind of weird thing that I found on Instagram, which is not that weird, is by a brand called Carhartt, which is a workman's brand that has been around literally forever. And I've seen a lot of different celebrities wear Carhartt over the years, but more recently Post Malone has been wearing them, and I think he has a sponsorship with Carhartt. I think they're sending him a bunch of clothes, something along those lines. He wore specifically a yellow or goldish one to a video or photo shoot that actually looked pretty cool. And they had it on Amazon and it was like $22 or something along those lines. I keep saying 22, but they only had like a 2XL or something like that. So I went ahead and got one, you know, the standard logo Carhartt shirt right here. You guys know this is a workman's shirt. This is just like a brand for like workers, hunters, whatever. So you might think like, why in the world would you get something like this for like streetwear? But then I looked a little bit deeper and I found Carhartt Work in Progress, which I think it's a different brand from Carhartt because Carhartt has its own Instagram. There's a second one called Carhartt WIP. They have a bunch of different clothing that is literally streetwear, and I believe it is to be a streetwear line, which is actually really cool, or maybe just like a higher fashion, not higher fashion, but a clothing line. Look at some of the things that you can see on here. They've got like this camo pullover, which again could kind of go along the lines of the different hunting or working Carhartt WIP. It's just its own brand in of itself, which I thought is actually really cool. Here was the Post Malone picture I was talking about right here, and then that he wears like a jacket, or Kanye's in a Carhartt jacket. It's class. And so I thought maybe picking up something like that was a little bit cheaper, maybe under $20. That has to do with Carhartt, because something that one of you guys might want to do. Lastly is the one that I mainly saw on the page that kind of featured the whole weird Instagram. Now, a lot of the stuff on that Instagram page was a little bit more geared towards women. It had like heels and sunglasses that are geared towards women. But this specifically is a pretty crazy piece, like literally flames, because it has flames all over it. This looks like to me a bowling shirt, a shirt from Walmart possibly, but at the same time it's kind of fire. Like, and the reason I say that is because, where are they? If you watched the back to school shoes video, you saw me get these. Look how crazy this combination is right here. Blue flames with the blue flames. I'm going after this video and taking an insane picture. It was like 40 something dollars. Now this is out there and crazy, and to me it's something that I would like to, you know, spice up and be different with. Why not just try something different and wear something like this? So I am actually going to go do that right after this. So if you want to see that insane picture, you gotta follow me down below on Instagram, of course. Man, this bowling Guy Fieri type shirt, actually is fun to wear. Like, I would say maybe like 5 years ago, I wouldn't put something like this on and go walk around, but I just walked around the entire like area where I live, and I was comfortable in it, and I feel like I kind of want to wear it to dinner tonight, to like a steakhouse. Like, I'm not even kidding. I maybe put on with some of my Jordans or something. Maybe I just don't really care too much if I stand out, because a lot of my clothes are different from what people wear, but this right here is literal flames. And the picture I posted on Instagram is literal flames. Jacob Star, where you at? So what do you guys think of all these pickups? Were they insanely weird? Are there things that kind of correlate with what you would wear? Let me know in the comments down below, and hope you guys enjoy back to school. I hope, you know, I know it sucks. I didn't really like school at all, but you know, we all got to go through it, power through it. You guys got this. I will see you guys next time. This is Harrison signing out.